So what do you get for the starter level membership of MarketerLIVE or the webinar 10 level of MarketerLIVE? Let me show you really quickly. Right now, we are in the dashboard section, and this looks similar for each of the levels, but there are slightly different capabilities depending on the plan that you have. So if you create a new meeting, you'll be able to edit all this information, the topic, the duration, the time and date, your time zone, which is very important. You can create a custom password, or you can generate a password, and you can also create a custom URL so that it's friendly. You can invite participants either manually or from your address book by pressing this plus sign. You can change their roles, and after you're all done, press save. We didn't invite any users, but as a default, I always like to say don't send until I know I'm ready. Then what we can also do is go into the address book real quick here. So here we are in the address book. You can import your contacts from CSV, and once you have collected in here, you can also export it again. So other than that, there is a recording capability. It's not an MP4, but it is a different format, and I'll give you a quick example here. So this is the recording that I made for you all. Give it a second to load. It's available online, and you're able to do a little bit with it.
So this is an example of the starter level recording capabilities that you would get either in the starter membership or the webinar 10 membership. We'll jump back to the actual screen share so that I can show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Great. If I wanted to download this, I would press this little button here, and I'll show you that in a second. But I can also edit this recording, which means that it can be password protected and with the description. I can also invite people to view this recording at a later date. And you can change this so that it's templated. You can show the link so that people can copy the link to visit this later when you are viewing a recording. Anonymous playback, and then you can actually send an invitation through the system with any of the people that were involved in the viewing to begin with. So you can always export this as a CSV as well. Let's go back up here to what would happen if I downloaded this. And what's going to happen is that it's going to open up, and I'm going to have to extract it. Not that crazy. I have Mac, I use Unarchiver, it takes a few seconds, and then it shows me this folder, which has the index HTML as well as offline recordings. So we can double click this and I'll show you what it looks like, and this is what you could use for a website or to invite people to see you in a later date. So it's not that you don't have the file, it's just that the file is stored somewhere else. Exactly. So just wanted to give you an idea of what you would be getting for that starter offer here, or the monthly as well. So it does record, but not MP4. You can only hold one recording at a time, but once you move it out of the database, you can still keep that link and keep recording. This cloud storage space actually only involves your media library. It doesn't have to do with this recording. And otherwise, the 10 participants at max with one broadcaster is the standard here. It's important to note that the difference between the starter plan and the webinar 10 plan is that the webinar 10 plan is just the webinar. It's just what I showed you now. But the starter plan also includes the complete membership platform. So that is a total membership solution that extends far beyond just the capabilities of our webinar. In case you have any questions, feel free to check out our FAQ, and we will be able to answer any questions if you don't have them answered immediately by contacting us through the support desk.